A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, two of the best video games ever created, named Knights of the Old Republic 1 and Knights of the Old Republic 2 were released, and we've heard a ton of rumors about remakes and sequels being in development over the past couple of years, and most of those rumors were squashed pretty quickly, but there's news coming from pretty reliable, trustworthy leakers who are saying that we are going to be getting a new Knights of the Old Republic game. Now listen, I just want to say that I'm trying to be positive about this game because I and a ton of other people have so much nostalgia for Knights of the Old Republic, but just because I'm hopeful for a project doesn't mean I'm forgiving Lucasfilm for all of the terrible things going on, like some of their High Republic hosts putting out very anti-white tweets, the content in the High Republic being super woke, and even them refusing to defend one of their actresses, Gina Carano. So I'm not forgetting about all of these terrible things going on. I'm just trying to be positive about one project because it could be good or it could be super woke. I don't know. I'm just trying to have a little bit of hope. I still do really love the franchise, and this could be amazing if it's done correctly. So, of course, take everything I say here with a grain of salt because it is just a rumor right now, but I am also going to be talking about my studio guesses in just a few minutes. So, the first article I wanted to read says a new Knights of the Old Republic is reportedly in development outside of EA. A new Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic game is reportedly in development. That's according to multiple sources, including credited Star Wars insider Bespin Bolton, which states in a recent podcast that a new installment in the fan favorite RPG series is indeed in development at an unnamed game developer. Oh my gosh, this is such a small piece of information, yet for someone who loves Star Wars and Knights of the Old Republic, I'm eating this up right now. I can't believe it. We're finally hearing another rumor, unfortunately, about a Knights of the Old Republic game. So it's been reported that a new KOTOR game is in the works, but this is the first suggestion that it might be in development outside of its original creator BioWare and EA, which until recently was the only major company making Star Wars games. Lucasfilm announced this month that it would be licensing Star Wars games to other companies, including Ubisoft, as part of its new games label. According to the leaker and others, KOTOR is seemingly one of the titles that has been handed to a developer outside of EA. So I wanted to also bring up this article from April of 2019 very quickly, but it says Lucasfilm is developing something Knights of the Old Republic related. We've heard a lot of rumors about Knights of the Old Republic content, whether it's a TV show for something like Disney Plus, or if it's going to be its own movie, or if it's going to be a video game. This says Lucasfilm president Kathleen Kennedy, the woman herself, has said that there is something related to Knights of the Old Republic currently in development or is in talks of being put into development. At the Star Wars Celebration, she was asked about KOTOR and if there's anything in the works, and she said, "You know, we talk about that all the time. Yes, we are developing something to look at. Right now, I have no idea where things might fall, but we have to be careful that there is a cadence to Star Wars that doesn't start to feel like too much." I kind of just don't want to trust anything that Kathleen Kennedy says because she is one of the worst things to happen to Star Wars. All she cares about is making money for the company, and the only content she cares about seems to be content that fits into her narratives, like the Force is female. I did want to bring that up because it's still KOTOR news, but going back to the initial article, it says, as well as citing its own sources, the insider also referenced recent comments by Bloomberg journalist Jason freaking Schreier, suggesting that a project related to KOTOR was in development somewhere unexpected. I'm just saying, I am so sick of people going to Jason Schreier and giving Jason Schreier information. We need to find someone else to be given the information besides Jason Schreier. Amongst my digging, I heard that there is a Knights of the Old Republic project in development somewhere, Bespin Bolton said. I talked to a couple of people, and I also found out that Jason Schreier said that it's not with EA and will never guess who the studio is that's making the game. On broader plans for Star Wars games, the insider said he'd heard that a bounty hunter game was being developed somewhere and that EA was working on a smaller Star Wars game. We have actually heard about the bounty hunter game for quite a few months, maybe even a year at this point. There's been these small little talks about there being a bounty hunter focused game, which does sound kind of cool. Unfortunately, there's no information on it because it isn't really confirmed. But looking at this, that's all the information we really have. Someone said, I don't know if the bounty hunter game is with them or if it's with Ubisoft, but yeah, EA is working on stuff, and there's another unannounced Star Wars game at EA, which I have no idea what it is, and I don't think it's Battlefront 3. I would probably assume it's Jedi Fallen Order 2 or something to do with, that story, because that story was really good, and they did say that Cal Kestis would be back and they would be continuing that story. But on KOTOR's new developer, Naja, wrote, "It's not as mysterious as you would think, it's just not a household name people are aware of, and that person is of Wushu Studios, corroborated the claims that a new KOTOR game is in development." Now, I have a couple of guesses as to who the developer might be. Now, these are just my guesses, so don't take them as fact or anything like that, but my guesses are potentially Larian Studios, In Exile, or even Obsidian. Now, Larian's created some pretty great games in the past, but they do definitely have their hands full with Baldur's Gate 3, so that is really important to point out. It could also be a company like In Exile, since they've been in the industry for such a long time now, and besides Wasteland 3, they don't have any other projects that they're working on right now that we know of, at least. And my third guess is Obsidian. I would love to see a new Knights of the Old Republic game by Obsidian, especially with a giant budget that the game could have because of Microsoft. If it was Obsidian or In Exile, that basically means, though, that it would be made by Microsoft, because those are now Microsoft companies. That would mean that Disney's gone to Microsoft for contracts, and I don't really know if they do that, but who knows? This is all just my speculation, just kind of my friendly guesses, because I am pretty excited to hear about this project. Plus, you know, Obsidian did end up doing Knights of the Old Republic 2, so it would kind of be in line with it. But it's being said that it's basically a lesser-known company and a lesser-known name in the industry, and obviously Obsidian is really well-known. If it was a Microsoft company, then we'd have to consider that the game would not be on the PlayStation 5, and that situation seems really unrealistic, that it's Obsidian or In Exile. Now, something that I wanted to point out is, looking at Baldur's Gate 3 for a minute, people were very upset that the game doesn't really resemble Baldur's Gate 2, and I raised the question, how could it? Baldur's Gate 2 is from almost 21 years ago, so I think that a company creating a new Knights of the Old Republic game, whether it's a remake or 3 built today, is going to be completely different, and they're probably going to have a bit of a hard time pleasing fans who have so much nostalgia for this franchise. It's really important to remember that all of those great writers who were part of KOTOR 1 and KOTOR 2 and even SWTOR aren't going to be part of these projects, since a lot of them are long gone from the industry. We can't expect them to create a brand new Knights of the Old Republic game and have it be an exact replica, since technology and graphics, I mean, everything's changed since the original games released 17 years ago. But let's just hope whoever is doing this game can pull it together and create an amazing Star Wars experience. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. There are more rumors circulating around about a Knights of the Old Republic remake / number 3, and I'm looking forward to hearing more news about it. So let everyone know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to give it a like, share it, and subscribe to the channel. And of course, if you didn't, make sure to give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way. But I will talk to you all again in the next video really soon.